Welcome everybody to Live Interactive English. This is Winnie.
And this is, I think you're Shane, right?
I am Shane.
Okay, you're really Shane?
I really am Shane.
Okay.
This is not a scam.
Okay, well, because we are continuing day 2 of Ring Ring, It's a Scam.
Dun, 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 dun.
Except when they call you, they don't say, hey, it's a scam.
They don't call you.
They try to trick you.
They try to trick you. So we're saying that there are people in the population who are a little bit more susceptible to falling for these scams.
Oh, like my dad.
Yeah, people with maybe a little bit older generation, you know, they are a key demographic that they are going after.
They are the targets.
So like for your dad,
Right.
what kind of stuff do you have to help him with?
Okay, so last episode you were talking about how like buying things online, that could be a scam. He thinks he loves a good deal.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, yeah, it's really cheap for a reason, Dad. Or, for example, when he goes on social media, sometimes they make it look really official. I will admit it is getting harder to tell, but sometimes they'll tell him, you're locked out of your account, please email us or verify with your password, so-and-so. And I have to tell him, you know, Dad, that's a scam. That's not real. You can tell because the email is kind of weird. It has like a bunch of letters and numbers.
Yeah, if you look at the last email, it won't be just like facebook.com.
Right.
It'll be EGH37 Facebook 218974.
But you know, sometimes I'm not looking at that. You're not paying attention to those details.
Because you already got scared.
Right, that's true.
That something's wrong.
But now I've trained my dad well and say like, hey, if you're just not sure, A, don't click on it, and B, just double check with me or Kiki, my sister.
Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the article.
Phishing scams work well because they force people into making decisions on the spot. For example, a phisher might call an elderly woman and claim to be her grandson who is in trouble and needs money right away. Or they might want you to invest money in a promising business opportunity. But you have to act now. The first step in protecting yourself from phishing is to be careful when someone calls you to request money or personal information. If you have any doubt at all, say you'll call back and hang up.
Ring, ring! It's a scam! All right.
But don't pick up.
Yeah, so in day 1, we learned about this thing called phishing. And phishing is using your voice to do phishing. Phishing with a PH. And phishing is like online with emails and stuff like this, but this is over the phone.
Right.
And people try to make it seem very official that there's something wrong with maybe your bank account, or we've even talked about, you know, it could be a family member, it could be anything, and they try to use fear to get you to give them information or maybe even money. And
they're getting smarter. They're using technology to kind of change their voice or do certain things like that. But continuing on with the article, phishing scams work well because they force people into making decisions on the spot. And of course, on the spot means, hey, no thinking, doing it right now. Do it, don't think. And then that's how they get you. And of course, we're saying force with the verb. It means to make someone do something. Okay, so for example, the storm forced us into canceling the trip. In this case, a lot of these scammers, they're forcing you to make a really important decision where usually if you had time, you'd be like, okay, something smells fishy. That wouldn't be logical. That doesn't make sense. But when it's in the moment, it's an emergency. They make you think,
that's it.
Don't think about it.
They make you think this is an emergency, and if you don't act now,
something bad's going to happen.
Something terrible is going to happen, right? So continuing the article, for example, a phisher might call an elderly woman and claim to be her grandson who is in trouble and needs money right away.
See, what they're doing is they're using your love for your grandma, and you want to help her, and you just kind of believe it.
Well, this is like calling the grandma, though, and it's like, oh, it's your grandson. I'm in a lot of trouble.
Right.
I need some money right away. So to make a claim, to claim something means to say it belongs to you or to say something is true.
Right.
So here, when you're making a claim, you're saying that something is true. And so, for example, you can say the restaurant claims to have the best pizza in town.
Yeah, so when you're claiming something, it doesn't necessarily mean you're lying, but you're just saying, and we don't know if it's true or not.
That's right. It's just saying that it's true.
Right, so in this case, we don't know. Well, we know it's not true, but the person that's receiving the call doesn't know. Well, let's go to Hanny.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的课程要继续探讨 phishing。语音钓鱼，语音钓鱼诈骗之所以奏效，是因为他们迫使人们当场就做出决定。例如，语音钓鱼者可能会打电话给一位老妇人，声称是他遇到麻烦的孙子，需要立即用钱。那接到电话的人，就算觉得好像有一点可疑，但是因为事出紧急，还是有可能无法做出正确的判断。好，课文单字 force 是当动词，表示迫使、强迫 ；claim 动词表示声称或是主张。那这边还有一个重点是表达立即、马上的片语。首先，课文里面用到 on the spot， 它表示立即、当场。这特别强调说，在事情发生的当下或现场做出反应或决定，常常用在紧急突发或者是有压力的情况下。例如 ，Peter's girlfriend accepted his proposal on the spot。Peter 的女友当场接受了他的求婚。那第二个用法是 right away， 它表示立刻、马上，这是着重于毫不迟疑、立即行动。例如 ，She called her parents right away to share the good news。她立刻打电话给爸妈分享这个好消息。好，那接回到课文中。
Thank you, Hanny. Continuing on with the article. Or they might want you to invest money in a promising business opportunity, but you have to act now.
You have to act now.
Right.
It's limited. There's
limited time offer.
Yeah.
I'm only offering it to you now. So before it could be the panic route of like, oh, your loved one's in danger. But in this route, they're saying like, oh, like, it's not an emergency, but it's a really great chance for you to make some money. It's a great opportunity. And of course, opportunity, our noun means a chance. So for example, Ivy finally got the opportunity she had been waiting for. And when we say opportunity, it means this is for you. This is a gift for you. Like you would be really silly not to make use of this opportunity.
Right. And, we're all looking for opportunities to get some more money or have some more good things happen to us, like we might feel, wow, I got really lucky. They chose me.
Yeah, they chose you.
They might even make it sound like that way.
Right.
That, you have been chosen.
Yes.
You're the lucky person.
They make it sound like it's great for you. You would be silly not to take the opportunity.
You would just be ridiculous not to do it. Okay. The first step in protecting yourself from phishing is to be careful when someone calls you to request money or personal information.
Right. I think
those are the keys.
I think by now a lot of people know not to give money via phone call or email or text, but it's the personal information that will kind of get you because like we were talking about verifying your identity, a lot of the times you do have to give up that information. But continuing on with the article, if you have any doubt at all, say you'll call back and hang up. So that's kind of that, which if they were legit, if they were real, they wouldn't mind it. They would be like, sure, go check it out. Go hang up. But these scammers, they're going to be like, no, stay online. Stay on the line.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I would just hang up on them. I wouldn't even be polite about it. Say, sorry, gotta go.
Yeah. Well, let's go see what Hanny has to say.
Okay.
另一个常见的语音钓鱼诈骗就是对方想让你投资一个很有前途、很有赚头的商机，但你必须马上行动，否则这个机会错过就没咯。好，单字 opportunity 是名词，就表示机会、时机或者是可能性。Promising 可以形容是有希望的、大有前途的。那课文接着告诉我们，保护自己免受语音钓鱼的第一步就是，当有人打电话向你索取金钱或是个人资料时，请务必要小心。如果你有任何疑虑，就说你会回电，然后把它挂掉。文中用到 hang up， 就是当不及物用来表达挂掉电话的意思。接回课文中。
All right, well, hopefully this article has taught you some things, some signs to look out for. Make sure you don't get scammed.
All right, let's go to the second part of the article, and we'll be right back.
Then, if the call is from a family member, call them at a number you know is real. If it is from an organization, like a bank, look up their official number online and call it to check whether the situation is real. Even if the caller makes it seem like an emergency, always take a moment to verify. It could save you from making a costly mistake. Remember, these scammers are smart and can be very convincing. Don't be the fish that takes the worm.
All right, welcome back from the break. Before the break, we learned a few things about these scam artists, as we call them.
Yeah.
It's not just about, oh, we're a bank, we're calling, we just want to verify. Sometimes they will kind of go the emotional route and say, like, someone you love is in need of help.
Yeah, they'll even pretend
Yeah.
to be your, like, grandchild or
Right.
daughter or something like that.
Or maybe they'll pretend to be the hospital and say like, oh, or they might say like, hey, we've got an awesome opportunity for you to make some cash, but you have to do it right now and you cannot think about it.
You gotta think about it.
Right.
Now, go.
Okay, but let's see, what else do they do? Continuing on with the article, then if the call is from a family member, call them at a number you know is real. Because before we were talking about how, sometimes if you feel like it's a scam, you're not sure yet, always just hang up,
Right.
double check, and then you can kind of verify. It's not always so urgent, especially if it's a verified thing. So in this case, if it is a call from a family member, call them on their cell phone that they use all the time.
Right. And if you do get something that's like, a phone call that's saying there's something urgent, hang up on them and say, okay, let me get back to you.
Right.
Go check your email.
Yeah.
Because they would have definitely sent an email that there's like a scam alert or fraud alert, and make sure that there is a legitimate email there.
Right.
Or what you can do, and this is what I suggest doing, is you then just call the bank by yourself.
Yeah.
Forget the number that they called from.
Yeah.
You call the bank's normal line and say,
Right.
I just received a call.
Exactly.
Is there anything wrong? And you know that you're doing it through the legitimate routes, and they will say, no, your account is fine.
Right.
And then you'll be like, okay. Phew.
I knew it.
Phew. Okay. All right, if it is from an organization like a bank, look up their official number online and call it to check whether the situation is real. That's what I just said.
Yep.
Okay, so the situation is what is happening around you at a certain time. Something that is happening to you is a situation. So they are calling you and you are now in this situation.
Right.
So what would you do, for example, what would you do in that situation?
Right. Exactly. Well, let's go to Hanny.
刚刚说如果有任何疑虑就挂掉电话。接着呢，如果这个电话是来自家人，你就拨打你确认是正确的号码给家人，然后确认他们的状态。如果这个电话是来自银行等等的机构，那你就上网查询他们的官方号码，然后自己打电话过去确认这个情况是否属实。好，单字 situation 这个名词就表示情况、形式。这边还有一个重点是片语动词 look up 的用法。首先 look up 可以做及物用，表达说在字典啊、参考书、网络等等来查找、查阅。例如 I often use online dictionaries to look up unfamiliar words. 我常用线上字典来查不熟悉的单字。第二个 look up 可以做不及物用，表达情况、形式等等它有好转、改善了。像是 Their business is starting to look up. 他们的生意开始有好转了。介绍课文中。
All right, thank you, Hanny. Continuing on with the article, even if the caller makes it seem like an emergency, always take a moment to verify. It could save you from making a costly mistake. And of course, an emergency is an urgent situation. So, for example, the nurse responded quickly to the emergency.
Okay. Also, we need you to remember these scammers are smart. and can be very convincing.
They've had practice.
They have lots of practice. This is their job,
Yeah.
right? Don't be the fish that takes the worm.
Ooh, yes. We could all be in that situation when we're suddenly the fish. Well, let's go to Hanny.
课文最后提到，即使来电者让情况听起来很紧急，但你还是务必花点时间来查证，这可以让你免于犯下代价高昂的错误。那记住，这些钓鱼诈骗犯很聪明，而且可能很有说服力，要小心别上钩哦。好，单字 emergency 是名词，它表示紧急情况、突发事件。Convincing 则是形容是令人信服的、有说服力的。这边还有一个重点是 even if， 它是表达即使怎么样、就算怎么样，用来引导表示条件或假设的副词子句，强调说无论情况是否成立，都不会影响到结果。例如，Even if it rains tomorrow, we will still go to the amusement park. 就算明天下雨，我们还是会去游乐园。比较一个用法 ，even though 它也有即使的意思，但是是用在已经发生的事实或是肯定的情况，强调说即使某事成立，还是会有这样的结果。那它是 though 的强调用法。例如 ，Even though it rained, we still had fun at the amusement park. 虽然下雨，我们还是在游乐园玩得很开心。好，那我们接着回到课文中。
All right, today we have a what do you think? Do you think it's easy to tell if a phone call is a scam? Why or why not?
Wow.
I'll say when I moved to Taiwan, it became really hard because everyone's speaking Chinese. My Chinese isn't that great and they speak really fast and Taiwanese people are really nice. So the scammers are going to be really nice.
Right.
And then the verified people are also going to be really nice. So for me, it's super hard to differentiate, because they're not going to be like, hi, I'm a scammer.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what I normally do is I just pretty much, if I don't recognize a phone number, I don't answer it. And then I have an app on my phone that tells you if this phone number is phishing or scam.
Right. I have learned this too. I've downloaded the same one because sometimes when you don't recognize a number, sometimes it's just because you didn't save it.
Yeah.
But then now these apps are really great. They will tell you like, oh, this is a reported number.
Yeah. This is a scam.
So I'm using technology to help me with scamming technology.
Yeah. So I think it could be easy. Like the truth is that I personally I feel like I kind of know what to look out for.
Sure.
But I worry about like my father,
Yeah.
and I worry about my,
I worry about me.
and I am worried about myself too.
I kind of, my go-to, my level of being right now is I just assume everything is a scam.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, because if someone is really trying to get, someone in my real life is trying to get to me, they'll find ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's review the article and we'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Don't get scammed.
Phishing scams work well because they force people into making decisions on the spot. For example, a visher might call an elderly woman and claim to be her grandson who is in trouble and needs money right away. Or they might want you to invest money in a promising business opportunity. But you have to act now. The first step in protecting yourself from phishing is to be careful when someone calls you to request money or personal information. If you have any doubt at all, say you'll call back and hang up. Then, if the call is from a family member, call them at a number you know is real. If it is from an organization, like a bank, look up their official number online and call it to check whether the situation is real. Even if the caller makes it seem like an emergency, always take a moment to verify. It could save you from making a costly mistake. Remember, these scammers are smart and can be very convincing. Don't be the fish that takes the worm.
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 Force 是动词，表示迫使、强迫。Claim 动词表示声称、主张。Opportunity 是名词，表示机会、时机或是可能性。Situation 是名词，表示情况、形式。Emergency 也是名词，它是表达紧急情况、突发事件。文法的部分，我们第一个学到表示立即、马上的片语。On the spot 就可以表达立即当场，那么 right away 则可以表达立刻马上的意思。第二个我们学到片语动词 look up 的用法，首先它可以当及物用，表达在字典啊、参考书、网络等等来查找、查阅。那它也可以当不及物用来表达情况、形式等等有好转、改善。第三个我们学到 even if 是表达即使怎么样、就算怎么样，用来引导表示条件或假设的副词子句，强调无论情况是否成立都不会影响到结果。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Okay, it's time to take this baby home. We've had our fun, but it's time for you to go back to sleep, okay? How did they do it? Okay. Kiki, it's broken.
It's not broken, Winnie. That's not how you return the bike.
Well, I stuck it back in.
You can't just, okay, here. Pull the bike out.
Am I gonna get charged again?
No.
Oh.
Because you didn't even return it properly.
Oh.
Okay, pull it out, pull
Okay.
it out. You need to put this, slide it into the docking station. And then tap your card again.
Okay.
When you hear the music, you've successfully returned the bike.
Oh, so there's no like attendant that I need to return it to?
No, because the whole point of bike share is to be convenient.
Oh, it is convenient. And it's 24 hours, right?
That's right.
Well, it looks like I have a new favorite mode of transportation in Taipei. Thanks for teaching me. Well, thanks for spending the day with us, and remember to follow our Instagram and DM or email us if you have any questions about how to say something in English. See you later.